Right, so we've watched the video for this lesson, and we're going to enter CodeHS now. So from our Google Classroom, go ahead to go to CodeHS and click on the link. You might need to log in and click on the little yellow icon that looks something similar to this. That will be in the middle of your screen. And we're going to scroll down here. We're never going to use this one. We're not using this one. We're going to go to HTML structuring websites. And I just talked about a video. It would be for this video we just watched. So I'm going to skip to this bubble right here. So it's 2.2, and then follow that across and pick 1, 2, 3, the third bubble. I'm going to go ahead and delete some stuff that's in here. So in this lesson, it's important to know that every web page has a structure. There are tags that you have to have on every web page in order for it to be online. So we just got a little bit familiar with tags in the last lesson, and a tag looks like this. H1 is what we used. There's always an opening tag, and there's always a closing tag. And then you type what word in the middle. And if I hit refresh over here, that's what shows up here. If I didn't use the tags, there would be no decoration. And by decoration, I mean it's just plain text. It's not going to be bigger or smaller. So that helps the text to know what to do, to be a different color or to be bold or to be bigger or anything like that. So we learned about tags in the last lesson. This time, we're going to use a couple of these tabs over here. So this one that says Docs, if you click on it, you might need to wait a second, and then highlight this text right here in the black or gray box. So I'm selecting all of it. I'm going to go ahead and copy it and paste it in the middle. And then if I hit output, this is my code, this is my web page, I'm going to hit refresh. It really doesn't put anything there right now, so we're going to look at this in a second here. So this green stuff right here is a comment, and I'm going to go ahead and take that out. Hit enter a few times, it doesn't matter how many times. And I'm going to put anything right here and go ahead and hit refresh. So the reason why I typed anything is most of the time, like all this stuff is pretty much extra. Most of the time we're coding, we're going to be in this body section. So everything on our webpage should be, anything you want to see here needs to be between this opening body tag and this closing body tag. So everything needs to be between those two. And then it shows up over here. So let's review that H1 tag. I'm going to go ahead and do an H1 tag. And then it put the closing right away, and I need to highlight that. I'm going to cut it by either doing Control X, or I can pick cut, and I'm going to paste it at the end. I can do Control V as well, and that should make it bolder and bigger. So that's the way a tag works. This lesson also in the video talks about a title tag, and the title tag doesn't do what you think it does. So I'm going to put up here between these two title tags, the opening and the closing title, I'm going to put first page. So in my head, I think that when I hit refresh, it should add a title on the page that says first page, because that's what's in between the tags, but it doesn't. So let me show you what it does. I'm going to go ahead and make this screen a little bit different. There's a button over here that pops out this web page, and it makes it look as a web page. And this is called the title bar. It looks like a tab to me, but this is technically called a title bar, and that's why it's putting it up here in the tab. So anything that you put in the title tag goes up here in this title bar. Now, the title tag we don't do a whole lot with other than put the topic of your page. This is my first page. It is important for Google, though. It's one of the ways that Google uses, like it looks through all of the titles to pull up stuff in when you search for first page. Now this is more likely to pop up. If it were online, it's not. The head tag, anything in the head tag will do that. There's a little bit more to it than that, but this is important to have in there. So let's do some other things. I'm going to go to the body tag. hit the space bar after the Y. So I'm before this greater than symbol, but I'm after the Y. Hit the space bar. I'm going to put BG color, no space in there, just BG color equals any color. And then because I made a change here, if I make a change here, I want to see if it works over here. So it should make your page yellow. If it's not, just check to see, like it should say body space BG color. If you have any carrots in there in the wrong place, it won't work. So just make sure it looks kind of just like that. Maybe pause the video if you need to. The other tag I want to introduce you to is the center tag. So I'm going to start a new tag, type the word center, add the closing center right away, and put this is in the middle. So if I click on this refresh button, I now have a sentence. There's no H1 tags around it, so it's just plain text, but it's in the center of the web page. That's a little bit about how to make this work. So what we haven't done is like a legit assignment. So I'm going to go ahead to hit next. And then I'm going to hit next one more time. So check to see that you are on lesson 225. So your assignment is to do 225, and then you're also going to submit and continue when you're done and do 226. I'm going to do 225 with you, so you should get a perfect. And I'm just going to do that because we haven't done one of these before. So we have the structure of the HTML page that we talked about in this Docs tab. That's all there. There's an assignment tab that tells you what we need to do. So in this exercise, you'll practice using the title tag and then set the title of the web page to all about Carl. Okay, so I'm going to go to this test cases first. As a student, this is what I find most important. I'm going to hit this check code, and it tells me I have 4 red X's, and I want those to be check marks instead of red X's. So I need to figure out what's wrong over here. And it tells you, you must have a title tag. So I'm going to go to the docs and look where title tag is. It's between these 2 heads. I don't have one right now, so I'm going to copy that. I'm going to click over here between these 2 heads and paste it. So let me see if that does anything. I'm going to go back to test cases, hit check code. Oh, it cleared 3 of my things already. So I only have to figure out this last one. So your title must have the text all about Carl. So I'm going to copy all about Carl, Control C or right click and copy. And I'm going to come up here inside this title tag and paste my content, all about Carl, check my code, and I have it. So at this point, I'm going to hit submit and continue. Submit and continue again. Then I can grade it. When you hit submit and continue, it gives me a note. I will be able to grade it. So now you're going to create your first page. You're going to do it kind of the same way. You hit get started. If you need to see those instructions again, they're in assignment. I would start by hitting test cases. If you need to use docs, if you need to see your web page, it's right here. So good luck. You're going to work on 226.